In this video, you'll learn how to create money in and money out transactions manually. To create a money in transaction from draft transactions, use the drop-down here and then select Transaction. From the panel on the right, click Money In. Then choose a transaction type. This can be income, transfer, or deposit or refund. Auto-create from receipts or invoices will only appear if you are using the pay-for version of Sage Accounting Individual. This option is covered in a separate video. For this demonstration, we'll choose Income, then click Next. Enter the details of the transaction, including the date and the source, which is the bank account into which you received money. Then enter a description and the transaction amount. To save the transaction as a draft, click here. The transaction is saved as a draft and will appear in your draft transactions list until you categorize the transaction. You can categorize it now or later. We'll do this now. The detail is confirmed here. If any of this information is incorrect, you can edit it by clicking the pencil icon. We'll cover split transactions in more detail in a separate video. If you do not need to split the transaction, simply choose a category for your transaction using this drop-down, then click Save. After you save your transaction, it will appear in your completed transactions. To create a money out transaction, use the drop-down here and then select Transaction. From the panel on the right, choose Money Out. Then select a transaction type. This can be an expense, transfer, refund, or auto-create from receipts or invoices. To read more about auto-created transactions, click here. We'll choose Expense, then click Next. Enter the details of the transaction, including the date and the source, which is the bank account from which you spent money. Then enter a description and the amount. To save the transaction to draft, click here. Review the details of the transaction and edit this here if required. Enter a category for your transaction here. In this example, we'll choose Vehicle Fuel. To read more about non-allowable expenses, click here. Allowable expenses are those spent to run your business. These are deductible against your income when calculating taxable profit. Non-allowable expenses, also known as disallowable expenses, are not deductible against your income when calculating taxable profit. If part of your transaction is non-allowable, you can enter this here. It's important to accurately categorize expenses to ensure you get a true picture of your business expenses and to keep your tax report up to date. For further guidance on categories, please speak to your accountant. If the transaction should be split into several categories, use this split icon. If you'd like, you can add any digital copies of the transaction here, such as receipts or invoices. You can also enter any comments here related to this transaction. Once you're happy the information has been entered correctly, click Save. After you save your transaction, it will move to completed transactions. For more videos, help and guidance, visit our Help Center and Sage University. You have now learned how to create transactions manually in Sage Accounting Individual.